When we go to the grocery store, we're often overwhelmed with choices. This makes us feel that food is plentiful in Canada, but this is not the case for everyone. In fact, many Canadians worry about running out of food, eat food that's low in nutrients, or do not get balanced meals. These Canadians are food insecure. Did you know that 1 in 6 children under the age of 18 is food insecure, or that 1/3 of all Canadians who are on social assistance are food insecure? In fact, 15.6% of all families with children live with food insecurity. This situation is even worse in students, where a study in 5 major universities found that 39% of students are food insecure. These students are said to often forego meals to pay for books, tuition, and rent. This is a big problem in low-income areas, especially in cities, where healthy food is often scarce. Food insecurity is incredibly bad for our health, increasing rates of diabetes, obesity, and lots of other chronic diseases. There are many groups who have identified food insecurity as a major issue and are working to address it. One of the most successful methods has been building community gardens, which I have a lot of experience developing. But getting land for community gardens can be difficult, and if space is given, it's often taken up by a limited amount of people. I want to engage the people that are often forgotten in these types of food insecurity initiatives. For this reason, I created the Growing Connections Initiative, my way of bringing farming into the city and creating a new generation of urban farmers. The project has 3 simple steps. First, teach university and college students how to garden. Second, get students to teach others how to garden. And third, get people to work together to buy and sell fresh food in the city. The Growing Connections program only needs a small core paid team to operate. At the beginning of the school year, university and college students will be recruited into a healthy eating program. Like I have done previously, the project coordinator will connect the students with garden experts who can teach them all about gardening. This includes what to grow, where to grow, given the limitations of students' lives. For example, kale and lettuce grow great in the shade. Old containers and boxes make great pots for growing plants. The Growing Connections program will provide all the tools and materials needed for the students to start gardening in their own homes, apartments, and dorm rooms. Students will also learn how to cook and eat from their gardens. Here we will be checking for how much food is being grown, used for food to measure success. After participating in the program, the students will be given a chance to volunteer to spread their new knowledge. Students will work with local community leaders to start developing connections with residents in apartment buildings who are in a similar food insecure situation. This trust can be built through organizing community events. Once a good relationship is built, the students and program staff will organize workshops for students to pass on their knowledge to the community. Reteaching what they have learned works to really cement the knowledge in students' minds and makes them more likely to engage in gardening in the future. The third stage is all about long-term sustainability. For example, weekly community meetings will be held at universities and apartment complexes that allow local gardeners to connect. There will also be a community market to sell excess produce grown in the community. This will be an easy process to join. Either they can sell on their own or sell to one central person who will run a storefront. The idea is ultimately to create an urban agriculture industry based around growing food wherever possible in apartment buildings in the city. This will help provide some income to the community, as well as provide healthy food to the community and help support the program's continuation into the future. Gardening is incredibly healthy, but it's important to see how healthy. We will partner with university health researchers to evaluate the impact of the Growing Connections program on eating habits, physical activity, and mental health. This will be a yearly pre- and post-program survey. There's also a need for a social impact analysis because of all the indirect impacts on community connectiveness, reducing carbon footprints, and increasing social capital. By growing food in cities, we start building more resilient and sustainable cities and communities by reducing reliance on far-off farms. But to make this project a reality, we need your help. We aim to be self-sustainable in the long term, but we need some money to help us get started. This will help pay for our full-time staff. We also want to provide free supplies such as seeds and tools to all residents. So we need your support in purchasing these, as we don't want money to be a barrier for anyone participating. I have been part of similar projects in the past, so I know this can work. What I'm asking is for you to donate what you can to get this project off the ground in a systematic way and at a large scale. Lastly, we need you to get the word out, especially if you're at the university. We will need lots of dedicated volunteers looking for the opportunity to make a difference. Because I feel like together we can bring farming into the city and make a healthier, stronger Toronto.